Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is WireDogSec, back with another video for you guys. Hopefully you're all having an awesome day today. And today's video, we're going to cover some cybersecurity news, see what's hitting the news headlines out there. We're going to cover a couple articles about casinos getting hit by ransomware, and then another article about a trucking and fleet tracking software company that got hit with ransomware recently. Now, before we get into it, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the video, and hit the comment section on your thoughts and opinions. All right, let's get into it. Okay, let's take a look at this first article here. It says MGM Casinos ESXi servers allegedly encrypted in ransomware attack. Sounds like a bad day for these guys. An affiliate of the Black Cat ransomware group, also known as Alpha, is behind the attack that disrupted MGM Resorts operations, forcing the company to shut down IT systems. In a statement released today, the Black Cat ransomware group claims that they had infiltrated MGM's infrastructure since Friday, encrypted more than 100 ESXi hypervisors, and after the company took down the internal infrastructure. It says the gang they extracted some data from the network, and they still maintain access to MGM's infrastructure. It says threatening to deploy new attacks unless an agreement to pay a ransom is reached. So that's typical with these types of ransomware attacks, double extortion. They'll go in, steal the data first, exfiltrate it, and then they'll hit you with the ransomware malware after the fact. So it's a two-pronged attack here. And these Alpha slash Black Cat ransomware group is well known out there in the cybersecurity space. Let's continue on here. Ransomware deployed, MGM data stolen. Cybersecurity researcher VX Underground first broke the news that threat actors affiliated with the Alpha ransomware operation allegedly breached MGM through a social engineering attack. Not a surprise there. A lot of these attacks happen via social engineering. I mean, why do I have to go through all your EDR tools, your fancy antivirus, your firewalls, et cetera, when I could just social engineer your people and get in that way, right? Now let's see here. It says, while Bleeping Computer could not confirm if that was true, the Black Cat Alpha admin did confirm with Bleeping Computer yesterday that one of their adverts affiliates carried out the MGM attack, saying that it wasn't the same actor that hacked Western Digital in March. So be sure to check out the hack on Western Digital back in March if you haven't done so already. So citing sources familiar with the matter, reports outline later that the threat actor that breached MGM Resorts is being tracked by cybersecurity companies as Scattered Spider. It's CrowdStrike. They have fancy names for these threat actors out there. Other companies use different names to track the threat actor: Octopus, Group IB, UNC 3944, Mandiant, and Scatter Swine by Okta. According to Bloomberg reporters, Scatter Spider has also breached the network of Caesars Entertainment. We're going to take a look at that article here in a second after we finish skimming through this, because they were another casino out there that got pwned. Let's see here. It says in U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on Thursday provided a strong hint at paying the attacker to avoid a leak of customer data, stolen attack. The ransom demand was allegedly $30 million. I believe MGM, yeah, as I stated before, MGM did not pay these guys yet. If they will pay these guys, hopefully they won't pay them, because if you pay them, of course, that's gonna make these guys conduct more and more ransomware attacks because they're profiting off of it, right? But who knows what data they actually got exfiltrated from MGM Resorts systems. So let's continue on here. It says the hackers stressed that the only action they saw from MGM was in response to the breach, disconnecting each and every one of their Okta Sync servers after learning that we had been lurking on their Okta agent servers. It says the attacker claims that they were trying to sniff any passwords and they could not recover from the domain controller hash dumps. Awesome. And this is common, get these passwords, get those hashes and such. Let's see here. Despite shutting down synchronization, Okta servers hackers continue to be present on the network, Black Hat says in their statement. They claim to still have super admin privileges on MGM's Okta environment and global administrator permissions to the company's Azure tenant. Now, global administrator is pretty much domain admin in the Azure AD space, so that's pretty much God mode, right? It sounds like they completely own MGM systems. Like, what's going on out there, MGM? Come on now, you gotta do better than this. Let's see. After seeing MGM taking this action with no intention from the company to engage in negotiations over the provided chat, the director says that they deployed the ransomware attack. After waiting a day, we successfully launched ransomware attacks against more than 100 ESXi hypervisors in their environment on September 11th after trying to get in touch but failing. This was after they brought in external firms for assistance in containing the incident, according to Black Hat / Alpha. Okay, let's skip down a little bit. It's talking about who is Scattered Spider, goes over and talks a little bit about what they are, like what they do and such like that. So be sure to pause the video and check that out if you want to. Let's see here, scrolling down some more. That's pretty much the gist of it. Now let's go ahead and jump over to the next article. All right, this article is also from Bleeping Computer. It says Caesars Entertainment confirms ransom payment customer data theft. All right, Caesar Entertainment itself, described as the largest U.S. casino chain with the most extensive loyalty program in the industry, says it paid a ransom to avoid the online leak of customer data stolen in a recent cyber attack. That's all bad here. And it says here that they discovered on September 7th, the attacker stole its loyalty program database, which stores driver's license numbers and social security numbers for many customers. Oh, that's a lot of PI right there. And they had reported this activity on the 8K form, which of course they filed out with the US SEC, which stands for the Security and Exchange Commissions. See here, it says, of course, they said they're still investigating the extent of it. So to me, that makes me believe they don't know what exactly got stolen in regard to the data. They're still looking into it. Let's see here. We have no evidence to date that the member passwords / PIN, bank account information, or payment card information were acquired by the unauthorized actor. Maybe they'll come to light as this investigation unfolds. Who knows? We'll see. Caesar's 8K also implies that a ransom demanded by the attackers was paid to prevent the leak of the stolen data online. A Wall Street Journal report says the hotel and casino entertainment company paid roughly $15 million, half the attacker's initial $30 million demand. Nonetheless, Caesars made it clear that it cannot provide any assurances regarding the potential actions of threat actors responsible for the incident, including the possibility that they might still sell or leak the customer stolen information. That's correct. You don't know what these guys are going to do. After all, they're criminals. You're going to trust the criminal in the end, right? But apparently they paid the money anyway, thinking that the criminals are going to do the right thing and just delete their stolen data off their systems and whatnot. Let's see here. Let's skip through some of the stuff here. This is also tracked as UNC 3944 and Octopus. This financially motivated threat group has been active since at least May 2022. It uses a combination of social engineering, multi-factor authentication fatigue, and SMS credential phishing attacks to steal user credentials and breach target networks. Let's continue on. So according to Caesars, customers not enrolled in Caesars loyalty program were not impacted by the data breach. The company will notify all affected individuals over the coming weeks. The company said in a separate data breach notification with additional details that it reported the incident to law enforcement. It also added that the attack has not impacted its customer-facing operations, including online, mobile, gaming apps, and physical properties as they operate without disruption. So that's good right there. Unlike MGM, when MGM got hit with that ransomware, they took down like all their stuff. Like their hotel systems were down. People couldn't get into the rooms. A lot of the gaming floor was down. Like the machines weren't working and whatnot. It was just crazy for them. It says Caesars is the second casino chain impacted by a cyber attack recently, with MGM Resorts International disclosing on Monday that it was forced to take its IT systems offline following a cyber attack that affected its websites, reservation systems, and casino services, i.e., ATMs, slot machines, and credit card machines, as I just stated before. And it says here MGM Resorts had disclosed a 2019 cyber attack that led to the breach of its cloud services, allowing hackers to steal over 10 million customer records. So they didn't learn the lesson from 2019 apparently, and they got hit again and got pwned again. So it's not looking good for these guys. And if you know anything about casinos, the longer the floor's down, the more money they're going to be losing. And casinos are all about making that money, right? Let's wrap it up with this last article from Bleeping Computer talking about a trucking fleet management provider called Orbcom. They had hit by a ransomware attack, as you see there from the title. Anyway, let's continue on down here. It's a trucking and fleet management solution provider. Orbcom has confirmed that a ransomware attack is behind a recent service outages, preventing trucking companies from managing their fleets. And it says they provide ELD, which stands for electronic logging devices that truckers use to log their hours to adhere to federal safety regulations. And apparently they could not use that because the systems were down due to the ransomware attack. So you can tell why that could be a bad thing for these guys. Since September 6th, Orbcom customers have reported they cannot track their transported inventory or use Blue Tree ELD devices, forcing truckers to switch to paper logs, which is not surprising. A lot of times when these companies get hit with ransomware and they have to take the systems down, the company has to switch to pen and paper, or in this case, their customers had to switch to pen and paper. It says here they can only go 8 days out of every 30 days to do pen on paper. So hopefully they get these systems up and running, or they get this waiver for these guys, because truckers are very important to the United States. I mean, that's how you get stuff delivered to stores and whatnot. I mean, if the truckers can't get there, it's going to cause a lot of logistical issues. Now let's continue on here. Customers have told Bleeping Computer that Orbcom has not shared what was causing the outage and only recently said that they hope to restore services by September 29th. And apparently this attack had occurred on the 6th, and all the services won't be restored until until the 29th, and today is the 15th. So yeah, that's quite a bit of ways of being down and out. But let's continue on here. It says on September 6, 2023, Orbcom experienced a ransomware attack that is temporarily impacting our Fleet Manager platform and BT product line, which is used by some of our customers to track and monitor their transportation assets. Upon discovering the issue, industry leading external cybersecurity experts were so they called in a third party to come in and do forensics and incident response, yada yada yada. Okay, to get their systems um, back up and running as soon as possible. So importantly, all of our other systems and service offerings remain completely operational, and customers are using them as normal. We remain in contact with all impacted customers, and will continue to provide timely updates as our recovery and investigation processes progress. So I wonder if not only did they get hit by ransomware, but I wonder if the attackers actually stole information from their systems before they hit them with ransomware. Let's see here. Maybe we'll find out. Today, the U.S. Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration issued a waiver allowing truckers to continue using paper logs until the services is restored and no later than September 29th. So that's good for those truckers. They can continue on working and all that. Since drivers using the identified ELD may continue to record their hours of service on a paper graph grid or logging software in accordance with 395.8 until Orbcom notifies FMCSA that the malfunctioning Blue Tree ELDs have resumed service by September 29, 2023. Whichever occurs first, explains the FMCSA. So they better hurry up and get these systems back up and running before this deadline comes around. It says Believe Computer has learned that this outage has impacted some of the country's largest freight transportation companies as they cannot track their fleets and inventory. At this time, it is not known what ransomware operation is behind this attack. And Believe Computer was told that due to the ongoing and confidential nature of their investigation, no further information can be shared. And it says if you have any more information on this, then call this number and let them know what's going on here. And you can remain anonymous apparently. So I'm wondering what threat actor is going to claim responsibility for this attack and what actually entailed. Like, how did they do it? Did they actually steal any data? Did they exfiltrate anything before they actually hit these guys with ransomware? And I'm wondering what freight companies or trucking companies were affected by this ransomware attack. Anyway, hopefully you all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment below your thoughts and opinions. What are you seeing out there in your environment? Hopefully your company doesn't end up like this. As always, stay safe in those cyber streets and happy hacking. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.